Hey everybody, tonight we're diving into a serious but crucial topic, travel restrictions for Filipinos in 2025. We'll break down 10 countries where entry is off limits and why it matters for your safety and plans. This isn't about fear, it's about being prepared and informed. If you value this kind of info, hit subscribe and let's get started. First up, North Korea, a country that has fascinated, mystified, and alarmed the world for decades. Tucked away in the northeastern part of Asia, this nation is often shrouded in secrecy, with very little information trickling out to the rest of the globe. For many, North Korea is a place of curiosity, a land of strict rules, and a symbol of isolation in the modern era. It's one of the world's most closed-off countries, where the government tightly controls every aspect of daily life. The capital, Pyongyang, may look impressive from afar, but its streets are often eerily empty and access is heavily restricted. The border fences and checkpoints serve as constant reminders that this is a nation determined to keep outsiders at bay. For Filipinos, entry into North Korea is strictly forbidden. The Philippine government has imposed a total travel ban, meaning that no Filipino citizen is allowed to visit under any circumstances. This is due to the complete lack of diplomatic relations between the two countries, as well as the extreme risks involved in traveling there. There's no Philippine embassy in North Korea, and no consular office to turn to if you find yourself in trouble. If something goes wrong, you're completely on your own. There's simply no official help available. This total blackout of support is a major reason why the travel ban is so strictly enforced. The Philippine government's travel ban is absolute, prioritizing your safety above all else. Official advisories make it clear, traveling to North Korea is not just discouraged, it's outright prohibited. Attempting to go there could result in serious legal consequences, both in North Korea and back home. The unpredictable political climate, strict surveillance, and harsh laws make North Korea far too dangerous for any Filipino traveler. Even the smallest mistake can lead to severe punishment, and the country's legal system offers little mercy to foreigners. Military parades and stern soldiers at the border are constant reminders of the risks involved. So, no matter how curious you might be about this mysterious country, North Korea remains completely off limits for Filipino travelers. The risks simply outweigh any potential rewards, and the government's stance is clear. Your safety comes first. Sometimes, politics build walls no tourist can cross. In the case of North Korea, those walls are as real as they are symbolic, keeping the country and its secrets firmly out of reach. Afghanistan remains a no-go zone for Filipinos. Decades of conflict, terrorism, and instability make it one of the world's most dangerous places. The Philippine government's travel ban is long-standing and non-negotiable. No safety guarantees, no reliable embassy support, just extreme risk. The Taliban's control and ongoing violence mean help is nearly impossible. For now, dreams of seeing Afghanistan's history must wait. Safety comes first, always. Once known for its rich history, vibrant culture, and breathtaking landscapes, Syria has now become a global symbol of tragedy, loss, and unimaginable danger. The civil war, which erupted in 2011, has left deep scars on the nation and its people. Cities that once bustled with life like Aleppo, Homs, and Damascus now stand in ruins, their streets eerily silent except for the distant echoes of conflict. For many, the images of Syria are a stark reminder of the devastating cost of war. In response to the ongoing violence and instability, the Philippine government has issued one of its strictest do not travel orders for Syria. This advisory is not just a suggestion, it's a firm directive meant to protect Filipino citizens from the extreme risks present in the country. The government's warnings are clear. Travel to Syria is strictly prohibited, and those who ignore this advice do so at their own peril. The situation on the ground is chaotic and unpredictable. Violence erupts without warning, front lines shift overnight, and control of entire neighborhoods can change hands in a matter of hours. Navigating the streets is not just difficult, it's nearly impossible. Civilians are caught in the crossfire, and even experienced aid workers face constant threats to their safety. Embassy operations in Syria have been drastically reduced or suspended altogether. For Filipinos in the country, this means that access to consular assistance is extremely limited, if not impossible. In times of crisis, the usual lifelines, emergency help, evacuation, or even basic support, are simply not available. The dangers are everywhere. The risk of kidnapping, targeted attacks, and being caught in crossfire is a daily reality for anyone in Syria. Armed groups operate with little restraint, and lawlessness prevails in many areas. For foreigners, especially those without local support, the threat level is extreme. For Filipinos, the message is clear. Syria is completely off-limits until peace and stability return. Families anxiously await news from loved ones, and those who once dreamed of visiting Syria's ancient wonders must now put those hopes aside. The risks are simply too great, and the future remains uncertain. Once a crossroads of civilizations and a destination for travelers from around the world, Syria's doors are now closed. The war has not only destroyed its cities, but also stolen its place as a beacon of culture and history. Until peace returns, Syria remains a heartbreaking reminder of what has been lost. Yemen faces one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. Civil war, famine, and terrorism make it extremely unsafe for any traveler. The Philippine government's travel ban is clear and strict. Foreigners are high-value targets for armed groups and kidnappers. No embassy support. If you're in trouble, you're on your own. Yemen's ancient culture is off-limits until stability returns. The message, do not go, under any circumstances. Iraq's deep history is overshadowed by ongoing violence and instability. Terrorism, kidnappings, and civil unrest remain major threats. The Philippine government maintains a strict travel ban for Filipinos. Embassy services are limited and movement is highly restricted. Even workers are often confined to secure compounds for safety. For tourists, the risks are simply too high. Iraq is a no-go zone for Filipinos in 2025. Libya's decade of conflict has made it extremely dangerous. Rival militias, crime, and terrorism create a chaotic environment. The Philippine government's Level 4 travel ban is firm. Do not travel. Embassy operations are often suspended, leaving no support for Filipinos. Foreigners face high risks of kidnapping and violence. Libya's ancient sites are inaccessible behind conflict. The government's advice, stay away for your own safety. Somalia is synonymous with piracy, terrorism, and lawlessness. The Philippine government strictly prohibits travel due to extreme risks. Al-Shabaab attacks, rampant kidnappings, and no embassy support make it perilous. Foreigners are prime targets for ransom and violence. No official help is available if you get into trouble. Somalia is simply too dangerous for any Filipino traveler. The ban is absolute. Your safety is non-negotiable. Sudan, located in the northeastern part of Africa, is a country with a rich history and diverse culture. However, in recent years, it has become synonymous with political instability and ongoing conflict, making it one of the most high-risk destinations in the world for travelers. The situation on the ground is highly unpredictable, and the security environment can change rapidly, often without warning. Military coups have repeatedly shaken the government, and civil unrest is a constant threat in both urban and rural areas. Violent clashes between rival factions as well as sporadic outbreaks of fighting have led to widespread insecurity. The presence of armed groups and the frequent imposition of curfews or roadblocks make daily life unpredictable and dangerous for residents and visitors alike. The Philippine government, along with many other countries, strongly advises against all travel to Sudan. This warning is especially urgent for regions like Darfur, where conflict and violence are most severe. Travelers are urged to avoid all non-essential trips as the risks to personal safety are extremely high. Embassy support is extremely limited, particularly outside the capital city of Khartoum. In the event of an emergency, assistance may be delayed or unavailable, leaving travelers vulnerable. Consular services may be suspended at short notice due to the volatile security situation. Infrastructure across Sudan is unreliable. Roads and bridges can be damaged or blocked, airports may close suddenly, and power outages are common. Public transportation is often disrupted, making it difficult to move safely within the country or to leave in an emergency. For Filipinos, traveling to Sudan poses significant risks. Flights may be canceled without notice, and the ability to leave the country quickly is not guaranteed. The uncertainty and danger make Sudan a destination to avoid until peace and stability are restored. Ultimately, the dangers of traveling to Sudan far outweigh any potential benefits. Until the situation improves, it is safest to heed official warnings and stay away. Iran isn't at war, but travel is still risky for Filipinos. Tense international relations and the risk of arbitrary detention are real concerns. The Philippine government urges extreme caution. Detention can happen on vague charges. Embassy help may be limited if you're detained. Political tensions make travel unpredictable and potentially dangerous. Iran's wonders are tempting, but the risks are significant. For most, it's safer to choose another destination. Cameroon's internal conflicts and terrorism make travel risky. Violence in the northwest, southwest, and far north regions is severe. Kidnappings and attacks by separatists and Boko Haram are common. The Philippine government advises avoiding conflict areas entirely. Embassy support is limited, especially in remote regions. For Filipinos, much of Cameroon is unsafe for travel in 2025. Careful planning and caution are essential if you must go. That's our list. 10 countries off limits for Filipinos in 2025. It's tough, but staying informed keeps you safe. We share this info to empower, not scare. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and support the channel. Be smart, be prepared, and look out for each other. See you in the next video. Travel safe.